Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. I looked back and realized I've been a bit remiss. There has been a lot of new releases in the past few months, and it has been a while since I've given you my thoughts on them. Have I been using them? Have I not been using them? If I've not been using them, why? So I'm going to give you products from the past few months that I have at least had the time to test out. That means my very recent holiday release video items won't be in this list just yet. They'll be for another update. I just want to update you now on items that are still really new from the past few months that I've had a chance to work with. Down below in the description bar, I will also link the video that I originally did when I reviewed them so that you could have better swatches and maybe a lengthier bit of time with a product that you are considering purchasing. So let's dive in because I got a table covered here in front of me. We are going to start with, do you remember this one? It's really not that old. The Wayne Goss Luxury Eye Palette in Imperial Topaz and the Kohl pencils that go along with it. I will link that video below and I will give you my honest opinion. PRINTcesses. This is one of my favorite eye palettes of all time and will be among my favorites for the year 2020. Now let me say a few things, okay? Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I first started seeing this palette come out, it had a ton of really good reviews. And I went, oh, it's because it's Wayne Goss, right? I mean, like, nobody wants to step to Wayne because he's the king of YouTube. Then I tried it and I agreed with him. Now, since then, I've been seeing some negative reviews. And guess what? Same applies. I'm like, oh, they're being negative about an incredibly good product also because it's Wayne Goss's. Like they want to go against the grain and go against Wayne or something. Look, forget all that nonsense. This is an incredibly well-formulated, beautiful, well-thought-out eye palette. I mean, Wayne Goss does know what he's doing for a reason. He didn't just get that popular overnight out of luck. I mean, honestly, guys, it's true. These are beautiful. The neutrals are lovely. They are perfect for eyes of any age. They are perfect for any skin shade. This is a gorgeous neutral palette. The black color in it is a perfect liner or a nice smoky on the eye. It's beginner friendly. The pigments are beautiful, but they're not too powerful, so you can build them and kind of swirl around with your brush. I will link my original video below. I love the three Kohl eyeliners. I have all three. Love them. I like to tightline and use them in my waterline, and you barely even have to touch. That's a sensitive area, right? You barely even have to touch. They go on smoothly. These products are amazing. Yes, I am aware that Wayne will be launching some blushes soon, and I am right there. I want them all. Rebecca, you can't have them all, but I want them all. You guys, Wayne Goss knows makeup. Really? I mean, like in another life, he was just a makeup creator, not just a makeup artist. This is good. More Wayne, more. Okay, now we talked about an everyday look like the one in the Wayne Goss palette, but let's talk about a not everyday look, and let's talk about the Natasha Denona Chromium Liquid Liquid Shadows. This is a non-everyday look, and I picked up two colors. I picked up Dogbane and Infranude. Again, the video is linked below, but I'll show you here just a little bit of me, a little still of me wearing each one on one eye, different on each eye. These are really certainly not everyday. I think these are beautiful. The reason I like them is you just take out the little doe foot here and just kind of paint it onto your eyelid, smooth it out with your finger, and you're ready to go. As you saw, and once again, I'll put it up, the still of me wearing it, it looks like you expertly blended your eyeshadow. They are beautiful. Do I reach for them a lot? No, because we're kind of still on lockdown and there's just no reason for it. Will I? Absolutely. As I said before, if you are a lover of extreme cool eye looks, then get them all. If not, pick one shade and you'll wear it for special occasions, really. But they're absolutely gorgeous. I love them. Natasha Denona is on a roll. I wanted to talk about her Glam palette right here. This is for me pretty much my favorite one that she has done in the past few releases. Yes, there are very similar looks in here, but there's the holes in the back where you can even pop it out and restructure the palette if you wanted to, depending upon your skin tone. I just think they're beautiful. They're wearable. Again, yes, there are some similar looks in here, but they're all similarly pretty. And makeup is about looking pretty. And the shadows all perform so beautifully. To me, the looks I get out of this are all just different enough and just pretty enough. Again, my thing what I always stress is that makeup is to make us pretty. This palette is a very pretty palette and just dramatic enough. And I'm really liking like Wayne's palette and this Glam palette by Natasha Denona are really can go from day to night and just be that subtle glamour. And I'm really kind of interested in that right now. Kevin Aqua, the Stripped Nude Skin Tint. I get the name to this wrong all the time. I'm always calling it the Stripped Naked Skin Tint. I don't know what I'm trying to do to the name of this. For me, this is absolutely perfect. It doesn't have any SPF in it, and I actually like extra SPF, but I mean, that's hardly a problem. I wear SPF anyway. This is a really, really nice light coverage. I'm wearing it today. For me, this is like my foundation. It was made for me. The color, Beautylish helped me choose which color to wear, and they were right on target with me. I am the 5 in it. It is perfect. It is just enough coverage for me. I like a lighter coverage. I can put it on almost like a tinted moisturizer, but it's still more of a foundation than a moisturizer. And I just really think it's a very good product. I did not like his foundation balm that was kind of full coverage. I can never get the right color and shade in that, but this has redeemed Kevin Aqua in terms of foundation for me. This is a great foundation if you like light coverage. Okay, let's talk about Melt Cosmetics. They, I hear, are coming out with some new contour stacks soon, so I'll be interested to see that. But here are the 2 Digital Dust Dual Blushes that I picked up. I picked up Buzzkill and Raw Honey. I love these. Not only are they adorable with their little bee detailing on the mirror as well, they provide 2 shades. Again, the video is linked below, but I'll open them both, the ones I got for you here to take a look at. I again have Raw Honey and Buzzkill. I use the darker shade as a blush and the lighter as kind of a highlighter and a blush topper. I am wearing this one today. A word of warning. I have a lovely subscriber who wrote to me and asked me what they do if you have a lot of larger pores on the cheek area and texture. And so she and I did a little bit of an experiment, and unfortunately, viewers, the answer is stay away. If you have large pores or some texture issues in this area, like any shimmer product, of course, it will draw attention. I did the test by putting some on my chin where I have some larger pores. I would never wear blush on my chin, but as an experiment, it exacerbated and exaggerated them 50 times. So, I mean, it's a shimmer product. Perhaps there's no surprise there, but I did want to warn you, it will exacerbate, not just show pores and enlarged pores and issues with texture, it will exacerbate them. So please keep that in mind. Charlotte Tilbury. Have you had enough of Charlotte Tilbury yet? I hope not, because there's a lot more coming for the holidays too. This is going to take us back to before her holiday releases, her jewel lips and her jewel pots. She did Walk of No Shame. There's been that name change from Walk of Shame to Walk of No Shame. And they're really pretty. They're really pretty. This can go onto your eyelids with no brush. Just kind of put it on your finger, swipe it on your eyes. It's incredibly pretty. Of course, I will link the video below so that you can see it swatched and worn. The jewel lips, which are now available in actually 3 colors. So we have Walk of No Shame, Pillow Talk, and then Rosy Jewel, or Rose Jewel. And they are, well, one just fell on the ground. They are all quite similar. I will link that video below so you can see them all. You can see them all next to each other. Sorry, I lost my concentration when I threw a jewel lips across the room there. And they're really, really pretty. You don't need all 3. But I am wearing one today on top of my Pat McGrath lipstick. Are they particularly long lasting? Nope. Are they pretty and you can throw them in your handbag? Yep. Are they my #1 lip gloss to buy currently? Nope. Are they pretty? Yeah. And the jewel eye pots, are they pretty? Absolutely. Am I blown away and amazed? No. But you know, they're a Charlotte Tilbury product and those are always really pretty. Hourglass, moving on. Hourglass has some new stuff, but I'm not talking about the holiday releases just yet, you guys. I'm going back, a month or so, to the At Night release. The At Night collection started in their refillable lipstick, and Hourglass expanded it to include a blush and their liquid lipstick. Beautiful. Sorry, I've kind of messed it up, the marbling, by swatching it too much. You know I would do that. This is a beautiful, beautiful blush that I worried at first would be too red for my face. It is not at all. It is just kind of like a little rosy hue. And again, video linked below of me wearing it. It is beautiful. It is not too red. It does not make you look like you are having some sort of a skin issue. It's beautiful. The released with it also at the time, I looked at the Sublime Flush blush. This was part of a set, but they did release it alone. It is a beautiful kind of pinky purple, also very subtle and very pretty. And then of course the lips. This is such a beautiful color. Again, darn, this stuff can get messy. You've got to keep it capped. And if the cap falls off in your handbag, good luck to ya. It is messy, it is sloppy, but gosh, it's pretty and it wears a long time. And I still recommend it. I really just like this stuff. This is expensive, this Hourglass lip product. I don't know why it's so expensive, but it's kind of worth it. It's pretty. You know, it really, really is. Okay, let's look at some Sydney Grace. I hadn't talked about the Chase Your Dreams palette. The Chase Your Dreams palette was from their Christmas in July. And it was late, it got lost, and so it got kind of a quick review from me because I'm in California, and Sydney Grace is based in California, and it still took like 3 weeks to get to me. It went all around the world, basically, on the back of a turtle. So I didn't get it till late, and it hasn't gotten a fair chance from me. Who knows me well enough to guess why? It's purple! It's mostly purple. I do like this palette. As you can kind of see, I've been in it a lot and played in it a lot. And I do prefer these shades. I tend to stay away from this one and this one because they're purple. I don't like purple. But they're Sydney Grace shadows if you like purple. Sydney Grace shadows are gorgeous. They just perform so well. And I will link my review. While we're talking about Sydney Grace, you know we have to talk about Mel Thompson's Tiny Marvels palette. This is such a fun palette. First of all, you get the innovative fun of Mel Thompson. She's such a creative and amazing makeup artist herself. And you get the quality shadows of Sydney Grace. There are so many shadows to play with here that it's almost a tad bit overwhelming. I even like the purple, which is shocking for me to say. But to me, there's so many beautiful jewel greens in this palette that I'm not seeing as a selection in other palettes. Mel and Sydney Grace put their heads together and really gave us some interesting shadows that I just don't happen to see a lot of in other collections. Think about it. So it is innovative, it is quality, and it is a good buy. So here's two that I'm a tiny bit embarrassed to talk about because I haven't used them enough. And that is the two recent releases from Viseart. The Midsommer and the Solstice, these two little petite pros. And we have Midsommer. It's just so pretty, you guys. And we have Solstice. So let me tell you a little bit about Viseart. You are never going to buy a Viseart product that is bad. The shadows, I think, are just beautiful, even in these minis. I know that the larger Viseart palettes are much preferred by reviewers, and I'm not going to disagree. But these Viseart palettes travel so well. They are compact, they are pretty, they are blendable, they are well curated or edited, they are lovely. I haven't found myself reaching for these enough. Not because they lack in quality, but because they tend to pale in comparison to all the hundreds of thousands of, it seems like that, new releases that come across my desk every day. But they're beautiful. And the great thing about these Viseart palettes is it's almost so nice to have a collection of them that you could go to even to use with other Viseart palettes and other palettes. So I have only worn these each about 3 times since I've gotten them, but that makes it sound like I'm not enjoying them, and that is not true. They are worth your money. They are fantastic items to add to a collection and to mix and to use. Okay, let's go back. Do you remember this guy from the Nordstrom sale? The Tom Ford Burnished Amber palette. Oh, Tom Ford. You always make such, well, not always. Let me do it this way. Oh, Tom Ford. Most of the time you make such pretty eye palettes. And this is a very pretty one. I don't reach for it that much. I love having it in my collection, but there are a lot of similar eye palettes out there. And though this is beautiful, and I've certainly worn it 6 or 7 times, I don't tend to think of it often. You know, there are so many beautiful Tom Ford and unique Tom Ford eye palettes out there. I don't really think this is one of them. But if you have it, you'll disagree, I'm sure, because you'll say you use it a lot. It's very pretty and very useful. And I like the darker shades as liners. Pardon me. I just think it's a really pretty palette, but it's nothing unique. Fenty, Fenty, Fenty. Fenty Pro Kisser. So I think that Rihanna has revolutionized lip products. Fenty makes the prettiest lip products. And she added some Pro Kisser colors in. So it's a doe foot, and it is kind of a pigmented gloss. Again, I will link the video below. You know, what is it? I mentioned this in my video below. What is it with Fenty and these kind of cocoa colors? This one is called Cocoa Drizzle. And then, of course, my favorite being Chocolate in the Gloss Bomb. She just makes these, like, kind of brownish, tan-ish, coffee-colored glosses that are gorgeous. Like, what is happening there at Fenty? That they've got they're never too brown, they're never too red, they're never too purple. Darn, they make a brown lip gloss and they got me. They could just make that and I would buy them all day long. Love them. At the time, Fenty also came out with their colored mascaras, and they're gorgeous. I picked up the kind of the green and the burgundy one, and they are so beautiful. There's the burgundy. Let me show them to you a little bit better. There's the burgundy one. Look at that. And no, it doesn't make you look like you've lost sleep or are ill. And check out this one. Let me show it to you a little closer up, though I will link the video below. This kind of forest green. These are beautiful and they're subtle. I really don't like really boldly colored mascara. Someone in the comments of the video said, don't be afraid of bold mascara. No, I'm not afraid of it, I promise. I just don't prefer it. And I like that these are subtle. So it kind of picks up the eyeliner you're using, enhances whatever you did on your eyes in that day without someone going, oh, look, you're wearing green mascara. I don't, that's just not my favorite. So the subtlety of those are good products. I mean, Fenty is innovative. What can I say? And those are really good. By the way, love that they're minis. So you can try it out and have fun, and it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Scott Barnes. Scott Barnes did a whole summer collection, and I purchased the Tequila Sunrise palette. Again, I will link the video. Looks pretty crazy, huh? What I love about this palette, and I have used it a bunch of times, is its subtlety. You know, don't distrust Scott Barnes. He is Scott Barnes for a reason. These shadows look so wild, but they actually go on the eye really gently, and he just curates them so well. The shimmer is just so pretty and subtle, and you can just kind of use them all together. This is really a pretty palette, and I know I had a lot of comments when I first did a look with it on camera that everyone thought it was going to be really wild and crazy and sorbet looking, and it just isn't. It's really subtle. So don't be afraid of these colors. This is a really pretty palette. Yeah, it screams summer, but with winter coming up, sometimes we can use a little bit of sunshine, right? Especially this winter, probably, huh? Last but not least, the Pat McGrath Rose Decadence collection. First of all, I picked up a few of her Divinal Lip Shines, this new bullet. This Nude Venus color is so flipping amazing. I don't know what it is about this, and everybody's picked up on it. This isn't just me. Just look at that. It is shiny, and it is like the perfect nude color. I mean, her nudes are always fantastic, her nude lip shades, but this one is super special. The amount of shine, the amount of pigment, oh, I just love it. And of course the Pat McGrath Rose Decadence palette in this kind of cardboard packaging that I guess the new stuff will be in pretty soon. Whoop. This, as you can see, I've been in there a lot. It's a little bit dusty. These are not her best shadows ever. They are not the most easy to work with ever. If you had to skip one of the kind of rosy Pat McGrath palettes, this would be the one to skip. Having said that, I have never achieved an ugly look with it. All the looks that I have done on my eyes have been beautiful. I mean, it's a very, very pretty palette. We are kind of splitting hairs when we talk about good versus bad Pat McGrath. There is no such thing, I don't really think, as, there's been a few, but for the most part, there is no such thing as bad Pat McGrath eye palettes. Let's put it that way. It is still gorgeous. But I mean, if you're really kind of weighing the odds and you don't have a collection of Pat McGrath, I guess I would skip this one right here. But if you have it already, I bet you're loving it. And I would love to hear if you are. This video, I should have said at the beginning, is a little bit of a companion video to one I released first, which is a ranking of recent mascaras. That's why there's no mascaras really, other than the Fenty colored mascaras. That's why there's no mascaras in this video. So please check out the mascara ranking video, which I will also link below for you. Leave me any comments or thoughts. Do you love or hate any of the things I talked about? I probably reviewed more than just what is on this table in front of me. If I left out any glaring omissions, please make sure to ask me below and I'll let you know my thoughts on that product. I can think of a few already, including the Chanel liquid lipsticks that I didn't include in here. So anything that you are wondering about recent, give me a comment below and I'll answer it. If it's a holiday release, I probably just haven't played with it enough, so I'll put that in my next thoughts video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you have not already subscribed, please do so. I am nearing 1,000, at which point I will finally do my first celebrational giveaway for my subscribers. So please subscribe and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.